Hey, my name is Zakia Loveland. Welcome to my channel. I'm a writer, director, actress, and an all-around lover of words. And today I want to talk about redefining strength in our Black community. I think that strength is beautiful. It is beautiful to be strong. And I also feel like there is a misconception around it. As Black women and Black men, we've used strength for a long time to survive because we had to. We just had to. It would be almost disrespectful to speak about strength and try to redefine it without acknowledging the fact that there was so many decades, hundreds of years where we had to use strength in order to just survive. We've survived in strength for a long time, and just ask ourselves, do we still need it? And if we do we still need it the way we're using it? Instead of using strength to fight for each other, we're using strength to fight against each other. And it's not helping us. It really is not helping us. Before I even get into it, I don't want to generalize. I have to start from somewhere. So I'm going to say things that are generalizations, but I know that there are so many exceptions and there are so many nuances to it. That's why I use the word redefining, because I do believe at the end of the day, it's not just that we have to collectively redefine it, but we have to personally redefine for each and every one of us, what does strength mean and how do I want to display it? As Black women, we've been carrying so much by ourselves for such a long time. So the very first thing that people think of when they think of a strong Black woman is somebody who holds up the entire community. She holds up the entire family. She's the backbone, and everybody relies on her. And that was not her place to be. So because we had to be like that for a very long time, that's what it looks like. When we think of strong Black woman, we think of being very assertive and, not needing anybody, being hyper independent. And I use the word hyper because there is an independence that we all need, but there can be a layer on top of it that is almost like I gotta do this. I'm not gonna let anybody help me. And that's not a strength anymore. Now it's the burden. Being a strong Black woman has gotten a bad rep, and we want to be strong, but sometimes we don't even know what strength always is. And if we only have one perspective of looking at what strength is, then we forget that there are so many other ways of displaying the strength. On the other side, for men, is being strong means suppressing your emotions. Black men don't cry. Little boy, you don't cry. That's the thing that we've said it over and over and over again. And so now for them, strength means being stoic, not showing anything, and being, not emotionally available. And that is strength for them. And just providing only one thing. When we call men providers, the very first thing we think about is money. But can you provide a safe environment? Can you provide a place where a woman can create that peaceful environment herself because she feels safe enough to do so? Being a provider is not just money. In a society where women are making their own, if that's all you have to give, it's a problem. I want to just look at the wordings and the things that we say and maybe be able to look at it from a different perspective so that we can also know, yes, I want to be a strong Black woman, but what does it mean? And what does it mean for me? Redefining strength in and of itself is really looking at what is actually strong, what is actually hard. Because when we're saying, for instance, for women and men that are kind of like guarded with their emotions because I'm strong, so I got to be guarded. Ask yourself how strong you have to be vulnerable. That what we are calling strength is actually the easy way out. Being vulnerable and open and opening yourself up to another person, it takes a lot of strength to do so. It takes a lot of courage to do so, especially after having had other experiences where you weren't heard or you were diminished or whatever the case may be. Because now when we look at it and we ask, even in our relationships, we ask, I'll counter the men to be vulnerable. It's so hard, they can't do it. So what's actually being strong? Strong to me is also strength under control. It's meekness. We know you're strong, but can you control it to the point where you can actually show a softer side of it? There are so many layers that we have to look at and be able to redefine for ourselves what they mean individually, but also collectively. What is the strength that we want to see in our Black men? Let's tell them. What do we feel is strength? When I see a man, be emotional, cry, to me, that is strong. That is a strong man. And because we don't say it and because we don't even call that out like that, there is a shame that can be attached to that for the men who feel like, oh my God, maybe I look like a simp, or we use their vulnerability against them. We're not helping them. If I could prevent one thing in this dynamic, would be the power play. Love all my Black queens who step into their light and do what they were called to do. But now we feel like we got almost like the upper hand. And so when men who are now trying to move into that space of vulnerability and softness and being available and open and transparent, the very thing that they handed us on a platter of gold and blood, we use that against them because we feel now that we got that power. We have to be careful of how we as women stand in our power. And I know it's a difficult conversation, but I'm holding myself accountable to that too, because I do believe that I'm a strong Black woman. And I'm a strong Black woman for not just the strength of it, but the vulnerability of it. Standing in my community and trying to build bridges is vulnerable. I cry for those things all the time because it makes me see that there is so much work to be done. But I want to be a strong Black woman that can hold up a strong Black man the same way he can hold me up. And being able to share in those moments of vulnerability is what makes it even stronger. And so my vision of Black men and Black women in as a unit is back to back and face to face. It's like the military back to back, when you stand back to back and everybody got their weapon, and it might not be the same weapon, but we're using our strength to fight against the world. But when the battle is over, we got to be face to face again. And the face to face, we can't carry our weapons into that place. And I feel like for a very long time, we did not know how to lay the weapons down when we're face to face. And so we were supposed to fight the world together, but then fight for each other in this place of intimacy and openness. And then we don't know how to do that. So we keep fighting each other. And that's defeating the purpose of it. And so I think if we can hold that in mind, that yes, we stand back to back because we're shielding each other's weaknesses as we're protecting each other's backs and fighting against the things that are trying to come at us. But once the battle is over, once the fight is over, it's face to face. And that's a place of complete openness where we're facing each other with all the vulnerable parts of who we are. Our heart, our soul, our emotions are all on this side of the conversation. As we're standing face to face, we cannot hold the weapons at the same time. Strength is not only shown in how you protect yourself or how you guard yourself. Strength is shown in softness, in forgiveness, and emotional honesty. These are the first generation of men who are actually letting their guard down. Let's not be a place where that turns into pain. Let's be that safe place where men can put their armor down and be soft and open and shed a tear. We still uphold and respect them. We create a place of nurture where they can rest. Let's be strong for each other and not against each other. Talk to you soon.